Hello everybody. We're still talking about the case-sensitive lookups, and in the previous video we saw how we can use the code and character functions to look up values or use them in the VLOOKUP to make the VLOOKUP a case-sensitive function. And it was working very nicely without any issues. However, it's not gonna work if you have a large or long text that consists of more than one character. Because the code and character functions check the very first character in the text, so it doesn't check the rest of the text. So in such cases, we need to find another alternative, and this is what we're going to do today. So this table shows a list of people with their salaries, and for each name we have the corresponding salary. And here I have like two people with the same name. For instance, I have Tim here and Tim here. I wrote one of them as an uppercase and the other in lowercase to make it easy for me to distinguish between them. The same for Omar here and Omar here. I have also Michael and Michael. So there are different characters or different names, but if you use the, like for instance, I'm gonna try Michael, um, and I use the normal VLOOKUP, and I'm pretty sure that's not gonna work because this is exactly what we tried last time, but just for refreshment I'm gonna do it one more time, and make it an exact match. So it's giving 81,200, which is this, but if I make it an uppercase, it's not gonna make any difference. However, it should be 99 and 100. So I need to find another way. And if I try the Unicode and Unicharacter or character and code functions, it's not gonna make any difference because both start with the same uppercase M. So there is no way the code and character functions would help me with this. So the function that I'm going to use now is a very nice function. It's called exact, and it says that it checks whether two text strings are exactly the same, um, and it returns true or false, so the output is either true or false. And exact is case sensitive, and this is the nice thing about this function. So for instance, if I use the exact function to check these two texts, is gonna give false because it sees that this is a different function or different text than this. But if I use it to check the second Michael with this, it's gonna give true because it's the exact same thing. It's case sensitive. So this is a very nice thing that I can make some good use of. One more thing that I can do is pretty nice actually, that I can use the same function between a text and an array. So it's gonna check the text with the array, and I will expect that it's gonna give an output of an array as well. So it's giving an array that consists of the same number of cells as the array that I'm checking with, and it's giving a list of trues and falses. So all of them are falses except for the very last one, which is the exact match with the Michael, the uppercase Michael. And now I can make use of all of these to look up the values that I'm interested in. And to do this, I can use VLOOKUP. It's gonna require addition of one more column, which is not the thing that I'm interested in. It's gonna be better if I can find another alternative that does not require messing up with this column that I have here, or the table that I have here. So the option that I have is gonna be depending on two functions. Which are the match and index functions. So we have discussed them before when we were talking about the choice of the number of tubes in the shell and tube heat exchanger. So I can use the match function, and as you remember, match, it gives the location or the position of like some lookup value in an array. So if I use this to look up, or the match function to look up Michael here, and I put 0 to be an exact match, it's gonna give me 13, which is this. So again, it's not I cannot use it this way because it's gonna give exactly the same output as using the VLOOKUP. But I can do a small tweak to this inputs. Instead of doing this, I'm gonna look for true in this array. And this is the trick that I'm gonna play, that I'm not gonna search for this name here, I'm gonna search for true in this array. And by doing this, is gonna give me 15, which is the very last place. So it's giving me exactly the location of the or the number of the row number of the cell that I'm interested in. So by doing this, I'm almost halfway. And the rest is to search for the, or I need a function to give me the output, which is the content of the cell that is in the same row, which is row number 15. So what I'm gonna do is use the index function, and index is the opposite of match. I'm gonna ask it to find the output or the content of the cell which lies or is number, whatever the number is. In this case, it's going to be number 15. So it's going to give me 99,100. And now I'm done. So if I try lowercase tim, it's going to give me 55,200, while the normal lookup is giving me 29,500. So it's working. Also, I have now a case sensitive lookup, which is not a lookup function, but it consists of some functions that do what I am interested in. So I can finish now, but I still can make it look way better than it's now. So it's not good to have this thing and this thing. So if I can shrink the cells that I'm using, it's gonna be better. So I can get the exact function and put it here instead of putting all or listing all the trues and falses here. So I'm just putting this function instead of having all these. So now I can get rid of all of them. And I now have 2 cells instead of 17. And again, one more thing that I can do is to take all of these and put them here. And I'm now done. So by doing this, I have a case-sensitive VLOOKUP. It's not a VLOOKUP, it's just a combination of index, match, and exact functions. So it's not something very fancy, by the way. So now I can, for instance, type the uppercase Tim. I can use Omar and Omar. So it's now case-sensitive. You see, this doesn't understand the difference, but this understands the difference. So now it's way like easier than adding more columns and doing this. And you can apply the same thing here to the single character that we did before for the unique character and Unicode. So this is kind of more like universal function that you can use. It doesn't have restrictions on the number of characters as the other function does. So you can apply this to the previous case if you're interested. You can try this by yourself. So I hope it helps, and I'll see you in the next video, inshallah. Goodbye.